Liverpool look like they are FSG, as much as the people have been talking about how they've not been spending their own money, but they look like they are ready to start the rebuilding process. 4 players in the midfield went out. The second player is just about being confirmed. That's talking about Dominic Soboslai, who for a fee of about 70 million.
70 million.
Yeah.
I think they finished this close yesterday night. It's a very good thing for Liverpool. I'm sure they are.
Is it? How do you rate Soboslai?
Well, I think he's one of the top talents, growing up, because I think it's from Hungary.
Yeah, he's from Hungary.
So, and some years back, Arsenal were looking out for him, but when he was still at Salzburg.
Okay.
One thing you know about the Salzburg and Leipzig.
Leipzig, exactly.
They definitely know that when you come from Salzburg and then you go to Leipzig, which is their own
the same owner,
second club,
yeah,
your stock will definitely rise. It is for business reason. So now you're getting Soboslai for 70 million. That is lesser than Kai Havertz, but
there's something that Klopp though. If you go to Salzburg and Leipzig together,
he would definitely.
Klopp will be looking at you one kind saying, the next place to go is Liverpool and all of that. But what do you think he offers? Now he can play across the midfield, and he can also even play. He at times has played as part of the front three.
Yeah.
And all of that. His versatility can be an advantage. But as it stands, how do you think he's slotting? Who do you think who is he taking? Whose part or who is he taking in that midfield? Whose part is he taking in that midfield?
Well, something about Soboslai that I know of is more like, okay, he's a kind of midfielder that knows how to score goals. Very different from Wijnaldum, different from your James Milner. He has the pace. It's like your attacking midfielder can play on the wing. Something similar to Mason Mount, actually. So I would say Liverpool have done well, in getting, this Hungarian boy. But one thing I just want us to know this morning is that Liverpool are not joking. They've brought in McAllister. They've brought in Soboslai. Who's next for them?
Who's next for them? That's the next question. Do you think that it's done for them? Do you think that they should be doing more? Across the defense, across the midfield? Do you think
they should be doing more, because they've seen the frailties of their back four. You've known that, what's the name of this man? Alexander Arnold does not know how to defend. Alexander Arnold cannot defend. But if you push him into the midfield, I think he should be doing well. We saw what Gareth Southgate did with him at the qualifiers.
Yes.
So I have this belief that, okay, you need to sign a right back. Joe Gomez cannot play right back for you. You need a right back. Okay, you have a left back. You have 2 left backs.
2 left backs is okay, and
good.
that's it. And even if you wanted to play Trent as a right back, who is the backup?
Trent.
Who is the backup?
You push Joe Gomez there, but he's not the natural right back. So you need to go back to that academy that produced Trent for them. Trust the right back. Okay, they had Nico Williams years back, but they sold him to Nottingham Forest.
So for Forest. And as it stands, Virgil van Dijk, he'll be 32.
He's not that man anymore.
And for me, yeah, he might not be able to. I don't think he will hit those heights again, because look, the injury was a major part. He was out for 8 months. And at that age,
you'd be blamed for that.
Exactly. As at that age, coming back and all of that, and we have seen last season was a terrible season for him. It seemed like he was an entirely different defender. And that talk of him being one of the best, if not the best EPL defender of all time.
He's dead already.
He was thrown away. He was like, look, is this the same person we're talking about? He was easily beaten.
But I don't really think the injury actually, helped the situation. Well, I think what happened was he has been found out by the attacker. Think about Gabriel Martinelli.
Okay.
Look how Gabriel Martinelli has been doing to him over this past season at Anfield, at the Emirates. So it's no longer news that he has been found out. Lionel Messi did it 20 years back, even when they lost 4-0 at Anfield. But we've seen recently that Van Dijk is not the best defender at Liverpool anymore. Konate was even better than him last season, if not for injuries.
Okay.
I would still prefer Liverpool getting a fresh centre-back, maybe from Ligue 1 or from a Serie A kind of.
All right. Okay, a number of people are asking questions here. Investor is asking for whose birthday? It's not my birthday. I don't know what's supposed to give me present. He's asking for a birthday present. Investor, be careful. Oh. All right. Somebody's asking about any updates on Arsenal transfer. Yeah. Maxwell in Surulere is asking about Arsenal. So for our major transfer news, we don't have anything on Arsenal, but we know that Declan Rice is just about being completed. Man City have turned out from Brazil. So the issue is now how the payments are structured. It's 100 guaranteed and 5 million in add-on bonuses and all of that. How would you rate this transfer for Arsenal?
Well, Declan Rice is the best Arsenal could have gotten this summer in the Premier League.
How about Caicedo?
But Caicedo is not up to what Rice offers. Caicedo is more like, okay, he can play inverted right back row. But does Arsenal need that from him? That is not what Arsenal need. They've gotten Jurgen Timber from Ajax. for about 48 million thereabouts. And, you know, we all crave this attacking display from Arsenal, and we have seen that Arsenal over time have suffered in the right back position. The likes of White cannot go forward. Although it's good with ball progression, but when it comes to assisting, scoring, he's very poor at that. And this Timber can actually feed into this position, can stop into midfield, centre back, right back. So Caicedo is not the best they can get. Rice offers to play 6, play as an 8. That's where Arsenal lacks.
All right, wonderful. Now, let's also, still in the EPL, let's move to Chelsea, because there's a lot. The outgoings are just so much more than the incomings. But they have just confirmed officially that Nicholas Jackson has joined the team for, what, about 32, 35
on an 88
million, this thing. And Nicholas Jackson, what do you think about that signing for Chelsea?
They never needed Nicholas Jackson. They never needed him.
There's Madueke. They've still not gotten rid of, what's his name now? What's the name of
Raheem
this guy?
Sterling?
Not even Sterling. I mean, this other guy that went to Germany.
Germany. What's his name?
What's his name now? The young black guy that went to was it Leverkusen also? The name just skipped my head now. You know, Hudson-Odoi. Odoi is still there. He's not being gotten rid of. There's still Sterling.
Odoi might not get anything. It's a new coach.
Yeah.
So we might be expecting something different from Hudson-Odoi.
But let's see, Nicholas Jackson for Villarreal, we saw, it can be explosive, but the consistency is not yet there. You know, what do you think he can offer that Chelsea side?
How many Chelsea forwards are actually consistent?
But you're buying them. See, that's the point. If you want to, the team is look
they are
at
very
Chelsea
young.
now.
23, 24.
The experience is just been sold out. Only Thiago Silva, Kalidou Koulibaly, just after 1 year, has already left.
Ilala.
Mendy has already left. And then who are those in defense? There's Badiashile. Who else? Young boys.
Played for France.
France, of course. Fofana is there. Enzo in the midfield.
Chilwell, your left back. The right back, James.
You understand? Mount has already gone out. You're talking about Enzo Fernandez, who is
Kovacic has left.
Kovacic has left. Kante has left. You understand? So
Lukaku might not be staying.
You understand? So bringing all these young boys now, I don't think that this is the best Chelsea can do in the transfer window at this point in time.
You know, this is a rebuilding process. Arsenal did it, and Arsenal are getting successful with it. But I don't now know will Todd Bowley lead to what the coach wants.
Arsenal was a bit more strategic. They went for a Zinchenko. They went for a Gabriel Jesus.
To complement that young team.
Do you understand? We knew that Zinchenko can play that inverted left back, or he can go into the midfield, as it were. We know those is forward runs. They didn't have anybody on that left back like that. But there's nothing this guy brings that. So, in Madueke, Sterling,
I feel like Chelsea were actually not doing this. This summer, they are not doing well. They are buying players at surplus to requirements. You need a centre forward, a mobile centre forward that can, hold up play. Someone like Osimhen, hold up play, allow your wingers to play. But Jackson drifts to the wing a lot. You barely see Jackson play as a centre forward. Most of the time at Villarreal, you see Jackson playing, on the left side, and then you see one of their wingers, Pino coming, the way he switches, Pino. But with Chelsea, adapt to that kind of thing. Yeah,
you mentioned Osimhen now, and Yinka Olaomi is asking that where is Osimhen going in terms of a new club now? Reports as it stands, the buyout clause or the money they stamped or slapped on him
is too much.
He's looking too much. They're saying 180. And then there's talk of if they have 150, they can let him go. But the thing is that he has reportedly said that it will either be a Madrid or a Man U as it stands. We're not very. It is said that he has ruled out Chelsea.
No.
He doesn't want to go to Chelsea. No. So it doesn't seem like Osimhen is moving, not just yet. But it is said that if he wants to move, it will either be a Madrid, Bayern, or a Manchester United. Okay. I'm still talking about Chelsea. Ziyech failed his medical. Reportedly failed.
I think this is the second time.
This is second time. PSG also, it happened and all of that. So they've seen that, look, we don't want to take this guy and then have
knee injury.
I mean, it's almost like a Pogba. A Pogba for me will fail in medical anywhere.
Well,
because that one, even before, you shouldn't even, because you look at the
I'm actually surprised that Juve actually took him back. No wonder it's ending up, I think, on 100,000 grand per week now. From 325.
That's mine. That man you wanted to offer 300 and he said that he wasn't happy with the money, that the money was nothing, according to Pogba then. But Ziyech has failed that medical. That might mean that he will probably still stay at Chelsea to run down his contract.
Let's see. He might try his luck. And then if no club wants him in Europe, I think he should just move to Moroccan League.
No.
At least AS Rabat would want him,
All right. Now, let's talk about Andre Onana. Andre Onana, Manchester United are reportedly said to be on the hunt for a new keeper after some people said they disrespected David De Gea with that contract situation. They gave him an offer, he accepted, and then they withdrew the offer. You know, but then Andre Onana is said to be in the crosshairs for Manchester United, and the man has been spoken about in glowing terms. For me, he was the keeper of the UCL. He had the most saves, you know, and all of that. For me, he was the keeper of the UCL. Do you think that Man U can go all the way? Because I mean, there was a time with Mount that we heard that they might not go for him. The money might be too much. But then they've gotten Mount now, or you know, and then Andre Onana is up next. You think they can go all the way?
I think money is never the issue for Manchester United. Where
if they want the person,
if they want it, if they want the player, you know, the will. That's just it. United were set to have backed out of the deal for Messi Mount, but before we knew it, they dropped all the money.
All the money.
So now Onana is experienced. Has played for Barcelona, played for Ajax, played for Inter Milan.
Yes.
You know, it is something that United are missing, a ball-playing goalkeeper that can actually spring passes like Andre Pirlo. Somebody that can still, you know, save balls. He can do both. I think Ederson of Manchester City is not coming close when it comes to save percentages, but when it comes to passing, he and Henderson may be in that same realm.
Yeah.
Remember what happened at the World Cup when Rigobert Song, the coach, was like, he does not want him to play as a...
That was the issue we had about that.
As a goalkeeper that uses his leg. As a super keeper.
Yeah, Austin is asking about Manchester United transfer. That's what we're talking about now. We've heard that they are almost across the line when it comes to Mason Mount. Sabitzer has left. Sabitzer is not going to be retained by the club. He's no longer at Manchester United. And Weghorst has also left. Yes, he's not going to be retained by Manchester United. So as it stands for now, Mount and, of course, Onana, which is in the works, as it were, according to reports that they have given to us. Now, talking about, let's still go back to Chelsea. Their captain, Azpilicueta, is finally going to have to leave to Atletico Madrid. What do you think he can offer the team?
Well, I think he's going to offer them experience in the terms of, you know, that back line. They are missing something. They have Herrera at the back. You know, they have Jimenez. Most of these guys are quite young, but somebody who has played abroad, won the Champions League, won the Europa League. What has he not won with Chelsea? He's experienced. He's a full Spanish international. So I think he's just going to bring experience and stability, run down his contract with the Atletico de Madrid. And he knows how to defend. That is what Atletico are about this time around. Unfortunately,
but then the Osimhen will be going and all that. We've not had anything on the update when it comes to the coach side. But that is Chelsea's long-serving captain who has been quite stalwart when it comes to the club, would be leaving for Atletico Madrid, as the news is. Okay, so let's take a look at Loftus-Cheek to AC Milan. Still on Chelsea. Loftus-Cheek is leaving to AC Milan. Good one for AC Milan?
A good one for AC Milan. A good one for him too.
Good one for him.
You see many many English players leaving their clubs in England these days, and then they go abroad to shine. They come back to the Premier League. It's just like using the Serie A, using the German Bundesliga to resurrect your career.
To resurrect your
Abraham
career.
is doing same thing with AS Roma.
Okay. All right, somebody I want to talk about really very much is Samuel Umtiti. Umtiti ran Barca down in some ways. When there was the financial issues and they were expecting players to cut down salaries and all of that, Umtiti didn't. It wasn't easy for him to let him go because of his injury concerns and injury issues. He was just you know that thing where they say fish they hang for your throat
fish bone in the gullet.
When they hang for your throat, that was what Umtiti was to Barcelona. But finally, they have agreed for a termination, and Umtiti is gone, has left Barcelona. You think that the club is going to be relieved for that?
Well, Umtiti is not a bad player, but the problem we're having here
at one point, this dude was about the best defender in the world.
He played 2018 World Cup.
I know. After the 2018 won the World Cup, and then everybody he was on the lips. He was top 2, top 3 most sought after defenders in the world. But the way he went down so much, I mean, football. So well, at least Van Disney can take solace that he's not the only one in such company of being heralded that much.
And then now come back.
And then now come down. Okay. So let's take a look at Lucas Hernandez. Now that one is quite interesting. Lucas Hernandez to PSG, because PSG ultras have reportedly said said that they don't want Lucas Hernandez.
Wow.
Why do you think he wants to push it out? I mean,
he's French?
Yes. They pushed out and they said they don't want Lucas Hernandez. They said it. They don't want him.
They don't want Messi.
And then when
they don't want Hernandez.
I mean, you know, those PSG ultras, they really do have a problem. They really do have, they're ultras. The same thing with Inter ultras. The same thing with, any club ultras. Ultras feel they own the club. They feel that they have a greater stake than any normal fans. So, yes, Lucas Hernandez to PSG, although it is confirmed the club have completed the deal for him. But as it stands, the PSG fans are saying that, look, we don't want the player, but I think the player will come. Hopefully, he can change their minds. PSG is going to do some sort of restructuring. Luis Enrique reportedly is going to be coming. Now, Luis Enrique is, of course, has been available. He was in a running for Chelsea, so we heard, but then he went out. But then Christophe Galtier, is in some hot soup now at the point when it comes to issues concerning racism, as they say. But it stands that Luis Enrique is going to be replacing Galtier. And the question I want to ask is this: is Luis Enrique the man? PSG is a club that has taken away from so many top coaches. When you look at people like Ancelotti, you look at Ancelotti even had quite a good run. But when you look at Tuchel, when you look at Pochettino,
those guys,
those guys, even from the days of Laurent Blanc, even before the money came, as it were, and Laurent Blanc and all that, PSG have always been that club that, look, the player power has just been so much. Else. But with Enrique, do you think that will end? Player power, do you think it will end with Enrique?
It definitely will end, because Enrique is one of the best coaches in the world. He has coached Lionel Messi, this man coached the MSN. Somebody who coached the MSN is regarded to be like somebody who can actually control ego. You control the likes of Neymar, Suarez, Iniesta, Xavi.
Tata Martinez coached them, but I don't think he can do that. That is it.
So this man definitely coached Barcelona, and then it was fine. They won the treble. Coached Spain. But let us see what he will do at PSG. He might bring his son-in-law, Ferran Torres, to the club, and that one will become their messiah or something.
Or something. Okay, let's take a look at for Nigeria. Cyril Dessers, of course. There's Cyril Dessers is in the news for going to Rangers. I mean, from Belgium, I think that's Belgium, to Scotland. I don't know. I shouldn't he be looking at somewhere a little bit higher, but of course, there's about clubs that want him.
Okay, he had a season with Cremonese in the Italian.
Yeah, okay, on loan.
It was one of their, one of their best forwards alongside David Okereke. So
okay, yes.
So I would say that's the best move for him, in my opinion, going to Rangers. And Rangers tend to play in the they tend to play in the Europa League and the Champions League sometimes.
Okay,
So
sometimes.
I believe it's a good move for him.
It's a good one. All right. Okay, so that's it on our transfer story.